Hey there, everybody. This is John, the Sea Monkey Dude. I hope you're having a great weekend. I just wanted to do a video of the setup of my favorite sea monkey tank. This is my favorite of all the current ones. All right, just putting that out there. There's been some really cool stuff in the past that's not really available anymore, besides on secondhand market. But of the current tanks that you can get, which let's see, you got the ocean zoos, which are very common. You got the Ocean Volcano. What's the other one? Ocean Treasure, right? And what else? Magic Aquarium you can still get, which is pretty much an ocean zoo. The Super Set from the Australian website, that's current. I like that one a lot too, probably because it's similar to this one. Um, that might be it. That bundle kit, remember that Ocean Adventure one that was rebranded? Uh, that might be available still. That might be it, right? Anyways, this is the biggest and the baddest one of them all, in my opinion. Everyone's got their own favorites, but this is current. You can get it from SeaMonkeys.com. It is called the Sea Monkeys Executive Supersize Suite. I have been abbreviating this SMESS, SMESSS. If you follow me on Instagram, I show videos and pictures of this tank a lot. And I usually call it SMESS because typing out Sea Monkeys Executive Supersize Suite is a pain. And some people might say I'm lazy. I say I'm efficient, right? All right. We've all got 24 hours in our day, and why waste it typing out that long name? Anyway, this was my first Sea Monkey kit as an adult. If you've followed my story for the past 2.5 years or so, I've been doing this. Um, I had Sea Monkeys as a kid. This didn't exist back then, not in this iteration at least. Uh, and then I got them again. It was end of 2020. It's December of 2020. I got back into Sea Monkeys, and this was the kit I bought. I bought it from SeaMonkeys.com. I had a very great experience purchasing from them. Uh, I had this shipped to my house, packed really well, and they gave me a couple extra packs in there, as like a bonus gift, just as a thank you. I didn't know these guys, not at all at this point. I know them now, not back then. And they wrote a handwritten thank you note for my purchase. How cool is that? You don't see that very often anymore from large companies or small ones for that matter. So I sort of fell in love with the brand at that point. I was like, these guys are cool. And yeah, now 2.5 years later, here I've got 20 some odd sea monkey. I've got more than that. I've probably got 30 something sea monkey tanks now, including two huge ones, including the world's largest sea monkey colony, all sorts of stuff. Anyways, this is where it started, as an adult, and not including ones I had when I was a kid. Recently, when I set up the big 15-gallon aquarium, you guys have seen that one I've got with the big castle in it. I dumped this in there. Yeah, and I really debated doing that or not, but we had some really good algae growth in here. If you go back and look at some of my older videos here on YouTube or on Instagram, you can see that. Um, and I thought that might be a good way to start the algae, culture in that new aquarium. And you know what? It worked. We got lots of great algae growing in there now, so I'm glad I did it. And of course, the sea monkeys that were in here helped start that colony as well, in addition to all those packets that I got from SeaMonkeys.com. Thank you guys for those. So yeah, this has been empty for a little while now, and I got some packets in the mail a week or two ago from SeaMonkeys.com, and we're gonna restart it. This is literally my favorite officially branded, Sea Monkey aquarium. So we're gonna start this off. These are the instructions that came with it. I still had them. I love that this comes with its own instruction sheet. That's important when you've got something like this. This is 4 times the size of a standard Sea Monkey aquarium. It's basically this big glass. Um, you see these at restaurants sometimes, they call it like a fishbowl drink. A lot of times it's blue or some other, crazy color, and there's a bunch of straws coming out, and you share it with a friend. Um, I've definitely had some drinks like that in the past. There's a restaurant called Benihana. It's a Japanese restaurant. It's a chain. They're all over the country. Maybe in other countries too. I don't know. Probably Japan. They currently serve some cocktails in. I swear it's this exact same glass. Go follow me on Instagram at SeaMonkeyDudeJohn, and you can see I reposted a post from Benihana a couple days ago where they show a lady drinking something out of, it looks like this exact same glass. I think it's hilarious. So whether it's designed, to be a cocktail glass or a sea monkey aquarium, apparently it works well for both. So anyway, we got the instructions here, which are designed, for this. I'm going to follow the instructions mostly, all right? So if you've seen some of my videos before, there's one step that I sort of skip. When you look at any sea monkey instructions, they say, hey, start off by taking your water purifier packets, put them in, stir it up, wait a day, and then you put in packet number 2. That's really unnecessary if you're using, good water. So I do it all at once because it takes time to dump them in and stir it, and I'd rather do it once than twice. I'm using good water. I'm not using tap water. Don't recommend using tap water at all. Today we are using Iron Mountain Natural Spring Water. I got this at Target. Honestly, it's a little expensive at Target. I usually shop at Kroger or Meijer, and I get either spring water or distilled water from there, and it costs less. I just happened to be at Target and needed water, so I grabbed it out of convenience. But I won't be buying water there again. It's a little overpriced in my opinion. So what we're going to do is start this up. We mentioned that this is 4 times the size, so we need 4 times the packets. I've got 4 of packet number 1 right here. I've got 4 of packet number 2. We're going to dump all that in there. Then we're going to put 48 ounces of water in, and then we're going to stir it up. Sound good? Here we go. 1 packet number 1. Dump it in. I like putting the packets in before the water. I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you guys put your water in first or put your packets in first? I've done it both ways. When I put the water in first and then dump the packets on top, like the powder seems to sit towards the top of the aquarium. I think it mixes a little bit easier when I put the packets in first. But who knows? It's just my preference. I don't think it really matters what you do. I do try to shake these really good to make sure we're getting as much of that powder in there as possible, throwing out the smallest amount possible with the trash. There we go. One more. Here we go. Let's dump that in. All right. That's all the packet number 1s. Let's move on to packet number 2. All right. Packet number 2. Instant live eggs. Now, if you know the secret, is that this being instant live eggs is sort of marketing. There are eggs in here. It's not a blatant lie, but there's also eggs in packet number 1. So packet number 1 I think has most of the eggs. I don't know what percentage are in each one, but and then you're supposed to wait the 24 hours that I mentioned. That gives them time to hatch and for the new little tiny baby sea monkeys to grow. Packet number 2 does include a little bit of dye, which gives a tint to the water and makes it a little bit easier to see these new baby sea monkeys, which are very like white in color. So that's sort of marketing, to show kids, hey, they hatched instantly and you can see them. For me, it always takes me a couple days to see them. Maybe one of the reasons is because I put all this stuff in at once. But it's usually the 2nd or 3rd day I start seeing a lot of babies when I do this. So, all right. 1 more packet left. Then we're going to put that water in. All right. Here we go. Last one. There we go. Get that in there. Alright, I'm the type of person that cleans as I go. Do the same thing when I'm cooking. I do all the cooking in my house. You guys know that? Yeah. So if I can clean something while something's simmering or whatever, I do it. So all these empty packets, I'm going to throw them in the trash right now. Alright. In the trash. I'm back. I've got a measuring cup right here. We've got a line for 2 cups right here, which is 16 ounces. We need 48 ounces in here. So if someone do the math, we're doing that 3 times. 16 times 3 is 48. Pour some of the spring water in here. Hey, Oh, this one's out. It's all right. I've got more. Recycle. That'll go in the recycle bin after I'm done doing the video. The recycle bin is not near this room. I'll take it up in a little bit. All right. Let's do some more water here. All right, got that right to the line. Perfect. Dump this in. You can see it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it. Tinge. Is tinge a word? Did I just make that up? Green tint to it. All right. Let's do this 2 more times here. All right. Got it filled to the line again. Here we go. Dump it in. Carefully spilling as little as possible. All right. 1 more. Okay. Here we go. Last thing of water going in. There we go. That's the amount of water that's supposed to be in there. I measured 48 ounces. Perfect. We're following the directions there. Let's get this big jug of water out of my way here. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Sharpie and make a line on this. Water evaporates. You know, I've got to top these things off every week. And I can't remember exactly where that is. I could eyeball it. But you know what? If we've got a line, that makes it a little bit easier. So we can just do something like this. Doesn't have to be big. There we go. You guys see that? Right there. That's my fill line. You know, a lot of sea monkey tanks come with a fill line on there. Not all of them. A lot of them do. It's usually a little squiggly black line. It looks like water. It looks like waves. And then sometimes it says fill, you know, right to there, so you know it. Other tanks that don't come with a fill line, they usually say fill to the top of the highest magnifier. You know, a lot of the Ocean Zoo style tanks and some of the other ones have the round magnifiers on them. Just fill to the top of the top one. It's a good rule of thumb, and I swear that's in some of the instructions somewhere too. This tank does not have magnifiers, and that's all right. So I'm going to take this aqua leash. This is what I like to use to stir. I'll fill it with water in here. Gives it a little bit more weight. I'm going to stir this for a couple minutes. This is going to be the boring part of the video. I got to think of things to talk about while I'm stirring here. So I'm going to stir around for a few minutes here. I think the instructions say to do it for at least a minute. I guess I can look at them while we're stirring here. Let's see what it says. Or does it say stir until the stuff is dissolved? This instructions for this mess. Step 2. Do not begin step 2 until at least 24 to 36 hours have elapsed. Whoops. Alright. No big deal. Put in all the packets, stir water, and let it settle. Then hold the container to a source of light. Well, okay. It doesn't tell us how much time, but yeah, until the stuff settles. So stirring it is a great start, just like I'm doing now. But then a lot of times I like to just actually squirt the water around with this thing. And that works well too. Yeah, it helps mix it up. That's what we're trying to do here. So these 2 packets, I don't know exactly how it's separated, but they have all the salts you need to start the colony. They've got the sea monkey eggs in there. I've heard that they might have a little bit of micro food for babies to eat. I'm not positive if that's accurate or not. They obviously do have a little bit of bluish green dye. You know, you can see this water. Doesn't look like water I'd want to drink, but it's not crystal clear. It's got a little bit of a color to it, and that's to make it easier to see the pets. Okay. I'm going to keep stirring this for a little bit because we still got some stuff floating around in there. I go until most of it's gone usually. It's rare that 100% of it gets dissolved. A lot of times you see super tiny particles in there, and I think that's okay. You guys know too that when you start a sea monkey tank, you don't need to feed them, the day that they hatch or the day that you're putting the packets in. You're supposed to wait 5 days after they hatch. That's when you feed them, which works out for me. I'm leaving town tomorrow for work. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm coming back Friday. Friday seems like a good time to feed these guys for the first time. So I'm literally starting this thing, and I'm going to set it on the heating pad that it's going to live on. And I'm going to leave town for a few days. And they'll be just fine. All my other sea monkeys, Monday is a typical feeding day for me. I will feed them, and they'll be fine till I get back too. My wife's glad for that. She's like, you're traveling for work a little bit longer than you usually do. Do I need to do anything with the sea monkeys? I said, nope. Just leave them alone. Please, don't mess with them. They'll be fine. So I usually keep this room warm, warmer than my wife likes it. But you know what? This is my room. It's my office. I don't mind it. And the sea monkeys like it warm. So I've got a little space heater in there. I usually turn it off for the videos because it's a little bit noisy. I've probably accidentally left it on before. Maybe you've heard it. Typically I turn it off. I'll have to make sure that's on so the room stays at a regulated temperature even though I'm not home. I've got basically like a little digital thermometer or smart thermometer, so I can actually check the temperature of this room remotely from my phone if I need to. Pretty cool, right? If you have a Nest thermostat, you can get these little temperature sensors that you can put in different rooms of your house. So when you can set your thermostat to, let's say you set it to 70 degrees or whatever temperature you like, you can say, I want to make sure it's 70 degrees in the kitchen or in the sea monkey room or in the bedroom, because heat rises, right? So every room of your house might not be the same temperature. At least that's how it is here. So it's a sort of cool feature with my thermostat. I tell it what temperature I want it in a particular room. I've got 3 of those sensors. So I take that back. I've got 2 of the sensors. One's built into the thermostat itself, but one of them is in this room and one of them is in my bedroom. All right, I think that's mixed pretty good. All right, let's shake the water off of this. Put it back in my little cup over here. Sea Monkey Tools. That's it. That's how we set up a smess, you guys. Pretty easy, right? Especially if you take a shortcut like I did. When I set this up for the first time back a little over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was, I did follow the directions. I put the water purifier in there. I did wait a day, day and a half, whatever it was, and then I put the eggs in, and yeah. But again, like I said, I'm leaving town tomorrow, and I don't see a point in doing that. I know they're going to hatch, and I know it might take a day or 2 or 3 for me to be able to see them easily. That's okay. I get it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That's what I wanted to discuss with you today. Again, this is my favorite Sea Monkey tank. It's a great one. It is called the Sea Monkeys Executive Supersize Suite. You can get it on seamonkeys.com right now. If you email them, tell them John sent you. But yeah, it's a great kit. It comes with all the packets, that you need. That all comes with it. You get a bunch of growth food when you buy it, which I need more growth food. I'm almost out. I feed a lot of sea monkeys on a weekly basis. So I'll be placing another order soon for some food. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this kit. Go look at some of my older videos if you want to see what it looks like with sea monkeys in here. I've got some here on YouTube, and I've got them on Instagram too. I use the same handle on Instagram, at Sea Monkeys, not Sea Monkeys, jeez, I can't talk. At Sea Monkey, no S, Dude John. That's Sea Monkey Dude John. I use that same handle on TikTok too if you're over there. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to go eat dinner and then pack for my trip. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.